Hello there, welcome to the news on Nepal television. I am Rojina Rai, starting with the headlines first. 5 persons confirmed with measles infection in Surkhet, cases detected in Lumbini, Karnali and Sudur Pasim provinces. Sri Panchami being observed offering worship to goddess of knowledge Saraswati. President Bhandari attends 3 of Western tanks from the US and Germany. Ukraine equipped with scores of tanks to fight Russian invasion. And IOC clears path for Russian and Belarusian athletes to participate in 2024 Olympic Games. Welcome back. Now news in details. 5 persons have been confirmed measles infection in Surkhet. The infected are the residents of 3 local level units of the district. Information officer of the Province Health Directorate Padma Bahadur Kesi shared that 3 persons from Birendranagar, Gand rural municipalities were found infected with measles. With the confirmation of measles cases in different places, the Province Health Directorate has intensified the test and vaccination drive. Cases of measles have been detected in Bake of Lumbini province, where as many as 270 people have been found to be infected, while one lost his life to the disease. Also in Kailali over Sudur Pasim province, measles infections were detected in 2 people this week. It may be noted that Nepal had set a target to eliminate measles within 2019. Sri Panchami, also known as Basanta Panchami or Saraswati Puja, is being celebrated across the country by worshipping Saraswati, the goddess of knowledge, wisdom, learning, art, music and culture. Today, taken as the symbol of the advent of the spring season and movement of the sun toward North Pole. Goddess Saraswati is worshipped with various names such as Bharati, Sarada, Jagat Mata, Bhageswari, Kumari and Bardayani. The festival is also considered the best day of starting something new in human life and making a commitment to good causes. Devotees are thronging since early morning in Swambhunath, Nil Saraswati in Maiti Devi and Gairi Thara and Saraswati Temple in Lalitpur Lele and other various places of the country. Meanwhile, President Vidya Devi Bhandari attended the Basanta Shravan ritual at Nasal Chowk in Hanuman Toka, Darbar Square on the occasion of Sri Panchami. President Bhandari listened to the verses. President, Prime Minister, ministers, chiefs of constitutional bodies and security bodies, high-ranking government officials also attended the Basanta Shravan ceremony. Minister for Education, Science and Technology Sisir Khanal has said that the need of sustainable education in universities of Nepal. During inauguration program of the Saraswati Temple in Valmiki campus, Minister Khanal said hundreds over thousands of youths flee the country seeking higher education every year, and this has to end. Minister Khanal also said that he is trying to provide the same quality of education inside the country that the young students are looking for. Minister Khanal stressed on the importance of the educational tradition and rituals that have been going on since discussed that Sanskrit education is important for the preservation of origin of tradition, culture and language. We shall get back with more updates of the site, and to stay with us. Welcome back. You are on Nepal Television News. Now the remaining updates. CPN Maoist Center is holding its standing committee meeting today. The meeting will discuss Prime Minister Pushpa Kamal Dahal's 1 month in office, election of the president, among other contemporary political issues. The meeting will be held at the party's central office in Koteshwar. The Weather Forecasting Division has urged the general public to adopt precautions as the smoke and haze engulfing some parts of Tarai since early this morning would generally affect normal life. Issuing a notice for coming 24 hours, the division has asked the people to keep necessary to their life, health, surface and air transports. Presently, the western low-pressure system has partial impact in the weather condition across the country. It has caused partial to general changes in the weather condition in Gandaki province and partial changes in Madhes, Bagmati and Lumbini provinces. Likewise, weather would remain clear in remaining provinces, the division shared. Today, Kathmandu has a minimum temperature of 6 degrees Celsius and maximum 22 degrees Celsius. The government has forwarded a plan to construct 3,000 suspension bridges across the country in the next 2 years. This initiative to build a suspension bridges in every half an hour distance in a bid to facilitate education, health due to lack of bridges, according to the Ministry of Urban Development. Assuming office, Urban Development Minister Bikram Pandey approved the plan to construct suspension bridges, a project mentioned in the current 15th plan of the government. The government at all three levels, federal, provincial and local, have involved in the project. The federal government is required to provide budget to the local level for the project. In the current fiscal year, 6 billion rupees has been allocated for the project. We shall get back with international headliners at the site. Stay with us. India is celebrating its 74th Republic Day today. A colorful parade displaying military might and cultural diversity was held in the morning hours in capital city Delhi. The public holiday marks the anniversary of India officially adopting its constitution, making it a sovereign republic. Its highlight is a parade which is held and telecast live across the country. Every year, the country also invites foreign dignitary as the chief guest to the parade. This year, Egypt's President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi is the guest of honor. Ukraine's president has thanked a Western leader for sending tanks to support the fight against Russia. Volodymyr Zelensky also urged the West to send long-range missiles and fighter jets. His comments came after the US and Germany announced they would send Abrams and Leopard tanks to Ukraine. Russia condemned the announcement as a blatant provocation and said any supplied tanks would be destroyed. Meta Platforms said on Wednesday it will restore former U.S. President Donald Trump's Facebook and Instagram accounts in the coming week, following a 2-year suspension after the deadly Capitol Hill riot on January 6, 2021. Trump announced in November he will make another run for the White House in 2024. Trump has 34 million key vehicles for political outreach and fundraising. The company indefinitely revoked Trump's access to his Facebook and Instagram accounts after removing 2 of his posts during the Capitol Hill violence, including a video in which he reiterated his false claim of widespread voter fraud during the 2020 presidential election. To the more updates before that, let's have a quick look into the highlights of the site. United States health officials want to make COVID-19 vaccination more like the annual flu shot. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration FDA vaccination efforts following most adults and children to get a once-a-year shot to protect against the mutating virus. This means that Americans would no longer have to keep track of how many shots they have received or how many months it has been since their last booster. The proposal comes as boosters have become a hard sell. while more than 80% of the U.S. population has had at least one vaccine dose. Only 16% of those eligible have received the latest booster authorized last August. Moving on to sports now. Russian and Belarusian athletes options for their return to international competition. The IOC said on Wednesday the Olympic Council of Asia had offered Russian and Belarusian athletes the chance to compete in Asia. The IOC said in a statement it welcomed and appreciated the offer from the Olympic Council of Asia to give Russian and Belarusian athletes access to Asian competition. That could potentially also include Olympic qualifying events, with Russian and Belarusian athletes unable to compete in Europe due to various restrictions and bans, as well as opposition caused by Russia's invasion of Ukraine. A total of 32 sports are on the program for the Olympics in 2024, with around 10,500 competitions. Novak Djokovic dominated in the quarter-final display to breeze past Andrei Rublev 6-1, 6-2, 6-4 at the Australian Open on Wednesday. Djokovic, who again had his left thigh strapped, was taking on the highest ranked opponent of his Melbourne campaign so far in world number 6 Rublev, but he took command early and barely looked back on the way to his 26th consecutive victory at the tournament. The Serbian moves within 2 wins of record extending 10th title in Melbourne. He will play with Tommy Paul for a place in Sunday's showdown with Tommy Paul. On the other side of the draw, Karin Kancnavov faces Stefan. We're almost at the end of this news bulletin, but before we say goodbye, quick reminders of the headlines. 5% confirmed with measles infection in Surkhet, cases detected in Lumbini, Karnal and Sudur Pasim provinces. Sri Panchami being observed, offering worship to goddess of knowledge Saraswati. President Bhandari attends Basanta Shravan ceremony. Zelensky urges speedy delivery of Western tanks from the US and Germany. Ukraine equipped with scores of tanks to fight Russian invasion. And IOC clears path for Russian and Belarusian. Well, this is all we have for this moment. Until our next bulletin, good day ahead. Namaste.